Yet another tactical shooter that launched into early access on Steam is fucking dead. It's a game called Operation Athena. It's sitting at mixed reviews on Steam, like you guys can see there, December 3rd, 2024. And it's a tactical shooter that was being made by a couple of guys. I say was because the project is now dead. This is a game that I actually never covered on this channel. I did stream it at the beginning of the year. The developers were in chat and they wanted me to try the game out. And this was the first map that I jumped into and I realized, yeah, this is kind of ass. You can look around these environments and you can basically see exactly what kind of quality level you are expecting when you play a game like this. They did some decent decal work and their texturing is actually not too bad. Not a lot of work actually went into the environment design here. It's very rudimentary, very basic. This room is like completely fucking empty outside of a random vent that curves around. You can just tell from every aspect, from the AI work to the actual just core gameplay mechanics themselves to the clunky gunplay. The game's just not very good. And for $25 and a game that is promising to develop itself throughout early access, I didn't think it was a great start. I didn't make a video because I'll be honest, the game isn't really that buggy. It's not like we were running into a myriad of issues with the game that led to funny moments. It was just, well, fuck. It was just kind of ass. I also understood that it was in early access. Now, they launched in December of 2024, and as of recording this video, the project has been shut down. Their own page on the Steam store says it's a tactical first-person shooter that takes inspiration from classic shooters with updated modern mechanics. What those modern mechanics are, I don't fucking know. The game felt like Ground Branch if it was made by half a person 8 years ago. Like, the features on their page are essentially horseshit. Immersive and impactful gunplay? No. Dynamic leaning system? Oh, okay. Sick. Bold and engaging AI? Really? Squad-specific player classes? Now, that is true. You can play as a gunner, a medic, but, like, who cares? They do have a terrorist hunt mode. They do have a hostage rescue mode. They do have a bomb threat mode. A lot of those are very rudimentary and very basic. But like I said, the game was in early access, so we can put a lot of these issues aside, right? I mean, the game is, you know, $25, 32 Canadian. For what you guys just saw, tell me if it's worth that much. By releasing the game in early access, we aim to gather valuable feedback from players like you, which allow us to fine-tune gameplay mechanics, identify and fix bugs, and prioritize features based on community input. At this stage of the game, we all knew that this was a prototype of a pre-alpha build that is way too early to gather feedback. There is absolutely nothing that you could gather from the community that would tell you anything that you probably should already know yourself. That's like, you want to make a chicken Caesar salad and you toss us the bowl and then ask us for feedback on the salad. It's like, you have nothing here. You know you got to get lettuce, get the fucking romaine. You know you got to get the chicken. Where's the croutons? But the craziest thing for me at the time was that they said the full release of the game was going to be Q4 2025. Now, I'm all about ambitious nature, right? Hell, when we announced our own game, I put the 2023 release date as the target. That was fucking stupid. But we also weren't selling you guys a product. Somebody who bought into this at $32.50 Canadian or $25, there is absolutely no way this game was going to launch this year. There is no fucking way. And if it did, the game was going to be complete dog shit. And the craziest thing about this is at $25, I still think that was way too much money to be charging for what you essentially get is a basic tech demo of a game that is still 3 or 4 years out from full development. But they planned to also increase the price as the game got closer to full release. These guys made every single mistake imaginable for every single video that I've covered of these shooters that go into early access 4 or 5 years out way too early, think they have something unique and cool that players are going to want to play. They don't. They charge way too much fucking money for it. And then inevitably we get to this point here. Everybody says I'm an asshole when I talk about this stuff, but it happens almost every single time. You know, it's always a good sign when the top pinned post in your community hub is somebody saying that the development delay is very disappointing. This is a pinned fucking post in their community hub. And based on a lot of deleted developer comments, it's clear Vintage Green went off the deep end. Vintage Green is one of the developers. A lot of deleted posts that I haven't had access to, but I got sent this video from somebody in the community who has been archiving and detailing all of the shit that these developers have been saying about this game. So what we have is two developers that are beefing. Norwood, the developer and owner of Operation Athena. Here is my perspective, because I've been forced to speak on the matter as I never wanted to make this public. I have a lot of love for Operation Athena and did put in tremendous hours over the primary year of development. The game was only in development for a year, and they went to early access, charged $25, and fucking 5 months later, the game is dead. Fucking idiots. But I increasingly found it difficult to work with Eric, who is Vintage Green, due to his near nonstop putting down of my work and ideas, calling them stupid, calling me stupid, and multiple times calling the entire community stupid idiots who don't know what they want when I tried to advocate for simple things that tactical FPS players wanted. If you guys don't know, Vintage Green is the owner and programmer, I'm guessing lead programmer. Norwood built nearly all of the maps, sound design, guns, etc., pushed hundreds of changes. I never wanted it to come to this, but I ran out of money, ran out of investment, and the game didn't make that money back, so I had to go back to my normal industry and provide for my family. I was put in a very tough situation. Yeah, it's fucking crazy when you get into business with somebody who is clearly according to you, the entire time putting you down, calling you stupid, calling your community stupid. Let's put the game out anyway. Let's sell it and try to make the money back. At the end of the day, this guy might be an asshole, but you're also a fucking asshole. I appreciate the support from those who recognize the work and dedication I put into this project. Unfortunately, the responses I've seen, along with the hostility from the spouse of the person who has caused me nothing but grief. So I'm guessing he's talking about Norwood's wife, partner, whatever, is talking shit. Everybody's getting involved. It's getting messy. Jerry. These are the people that are making games that are then asking you for fucking money up front for trash. I just want everybody to understand this. This isn't the first time a tactical shooter has come out onto Steam and the developers have completely fucking melted down, and it won't be the last. But Vintage Green does confirm, effective immediately, development on the game is now concluded. It's over. It's dead. These guys are two of the dumbest people in the fucking space. So they're beefing in the public in their Discord. Now, from what I can tell, all of these conversations have since been scrubbed from the Discord. And like this person says here, this kind of discussion should be handled in private DMs. You don't fucking say. Vintage Green says, but I really did try. And then W's in chat for barely alive. Yeah, you're the victim. Not like you're screwing the people that paid for the game. Why don't you quit jerking yourself off and do some work? And he comes back, he says, keep working on something for only half the pay while the other person does nothing still. So it's completely chalked. And then for some reason, I got dragged into the conversation. I didn't even make a fucking video on it. I streamed it for like an hour and a half on a random day in January. And I told them that it needs a lot of work, which am I fucking wrong? One of the developers here says BigFry shit on our game. And then the Blaster Master, by the way, Blaster Master, I see you in every Steam community fucking hub for every game ever. Go outside, get some sun. But yeah, one of the developers said that I shit on the game. People are laughing about it. Oh, BigFry, he's just biased. He shits on every game. No, I fucking don't. I shit on bad games like this one is. And the funny thing is this conversation is happening as the developers are melting down in a Discord where you realize if you bought into this fucking game at $25, it's gone. But yeah, it turned into a shit flinging fest where I got involved with it for no fucking reason. I could have made a video completely destroying the game because it is ass. I didn't even need to, and it still fucking imploded. That's where we're at. Fuck are we talking about? So I figured if I'm gonna get blamed for killing a project, why don't we actually fucking play it and I'll make a video? We're somewhere in Syria here, and I have some serious doubts about the quality level of this game here. Thank God he knew I was there. Do they have any sort of dynamic lighting? No. It's just nothing. Okay. Good stuff. Great gameplay. All right, this was one of the maps that I played during the live stream. It's called High Rise. Instead of just shooting bad guys, let's actually get an objective going here. So, I mean, look, I know it was made by 2 guys, right? I can respect the effort that goes into something like this from, you know, a team of 2 guys that are struggling to get the bills paid and wanted to make something cool, right? This isn't it. You're asking people to pay $25 for something that barely has like a functioning gameplay loop, let alone any sort of features that make up a $25 experience. The whole thing is just very half-assed. And like, look, 2 guys, I get it. Totally understand it. If you would have priced this at like $8.99, I think a lot of people would have jumped in and be like, yeah, okay, less than 10 bucks. I had a decent time. Fuck it. Like, who cares? That's the mentality that you want. You want people to say, oh, I had a decent time for the money that I paid. When you put a $25 price tag on it, people are going to be fucking pissed, or they're just not going to buy it at all, which is exactly what happened. And then you sit there and you wonder, you whine, moan, bitch, and complain in your Discord about the fact that you had to go and I had to go back to my industry so I can provide for my family. Maybe if you guys weren't like 2 fucking dummies who clearly like, if you were to ask me if the person who made this game plays video games, there's no way I would say yes. Like, I would challenge the developers to tell me why they believe this is a $25 experience. All right, there's our hostage. So I guess we walk up, hit F on her. She's gonna follow us. Do the security cameras function? No. That would require actual effort, I guess. Okay, hostage is coming our way. Sick, good stuff, good stuff. Okay. And we have to extract her onto the roof. Ah! Hey, where are you going? Come here. Don't get caught in the door. Yeah. Come on. There we go. You're doing great, lady. Okay, you stay here. And you know, one of the things that I actually did compliment them on, I really like the skyline. I think this is a cool little vibe. I think if they took this kind of effort and put it into the rest of the game, I think we'd be all right. Get rid of this stupid fucking like arch vent, you know, and you know, we might have something. Jesus Christ, what the fuck is that? What is happening here? Oh, that guy's just shooting through stairs? Okay. Jesus, fuck, okay. So realistically, what you're buying into is a tactical shooter with a couple of different maps, a couple of different modes, and like a very rudimentary, like you walk up, you hit F on an arrow. Like this is a prototype. This is a fucking prototype, let's be honest. And the crazy thing about it is my main criticism for a lot of these tactical shooters is you focus on a lot of the gun porn, the weapon customization, the tactical elements, and then you forget about the actual core gameplay loop. That's exactly what happened here, but on a lower level, because it launched without any sort of weapon customization. Coming soon? My fucking ass! But you have these tactical shooter dweebs that just suck up and like jump on any fucking game that has a gun model in it with a fucking laser you can toggle on and off, and it's the greatest thing since sliced bread, and we should give it a shot. How many tactical shooters need to die before you guys get it through your fucking head? Holy shit, this level has snow. Let's just paint all of our textures white. Is this game not using Unreal Engine? Like, there's literal plugins that you can use for actual like dynamic weather. We should put one of these in our game for how many tactical shooters launch into early access and die before they release. This fucking wall would be full of stars. What the fuck is going on? Audio is terrible. Like that guy was trying to crouch through the door. Fuck it. The game sucks. For $25, you could literally spend it on anything else and have a better time. And the crazy thing is every time I make these kind of videos, I get called an asshole. In this case, I'm being called everything under the sun before this video is even fucking made. If a development team shuts down because of what, one YouTube video from a YouTuber and one live stream from me, chances are the foundation that they're building the game upon is pretty fucking shaky. And in the case of Operation Athena, you can make a fucking daiquiri with how shaky this foundation is. Stop glazing tactical shooter developers who aren't putting any effort into their games, putting it out into early access, telling you it's gonna launch in fucking 6 months, raise the price, charging 10 times what it's actually worth, and shutting down 5 months later. And then, instead of you getting mad at the developers, you're talking shit about the YouTubers who call this shit out time and time and time and time again. Fuck yourselves. If you guys want to spend money on something that can actually give you some value, pick up some gamer subs, use code BigFry for 10% off your fucking order. Leave a like on the video and subscribe if you're new. It's a new year, but nothing ever fucking changes in this space. My name is BigFry, and I'll see you on the next one.